But yes, I got that part. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for taking time out of your Monday night for something that obviously is very, very important to all of our units going into 2026, and that would be unit renewal. Why did we think it was necessary to invite people to jump on this? Well, because we're really only in the second year of doing this. This process started a year ago, and we got ourselves through year one, and we're only on year two. So we think we're a year better, but unfortunately, the system has potentially changed a little bit. And just to give you reasons why we do this, I had a unit reach out to me the other day asking me for help. And when I clicked on unit renewal, they were missing some of the key three. We want to make sure you guys are ready to be able to, when you click on, or if you come to see one of us in an office and we click on that, all those names in there and everybody's registered and everybody's trained and it's all good to go. So, obviously there's going to be questions. We'll try and watch them. Maybe we'll wait until the end, maybe to kind of answer them all, because my guess is some of you will have the same question. David, if you wouldn't mind just kind of keeping an eye on it, I will as well. If you're looking around, seeing people on the phone, you should hopefully, a lot of you see some of your DEs. Thanks to my staff for jumping on tonight and making sure they know what's going on as well. So with that, I am going to turn it over to our council ACC of unit renewals. Is his main function, as well as being an ACC for the South area. Mr. Don Swipes. Don, take it away.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, I'm going to share this screen. Can you see it, Mike?
Not yet. I see mountains.
You don't see it?
It must be your computer background. I see mountains.
This is weird. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you saw the other mountains. Okay, got it. Perfect.
Got it. You're good.
That right there on that side. Okay, well, welcome everybody. We have some, I think, some good information for everybody for unit, and just a little bit on membership renewal that kind of goes together with the unit renewal, but we're not really going to touch a lot on membership renewal. I think Mike Rick already did a seminar on that?
No, that would be tomorrow night, sir.
Okay, so it's tomorrow night. So he's going to go into detail on membership renewal. So, oh, did you want to say something about pilot?
I did. You are correct. Thank you for that, Don. If there are any pilot units on this call tonight, we are not going to focus on this because there are probably some different directions. Some of you, maybe all of you, have seen information coming out from the national office about what they're calling family units. We think that is what we're going to be calling combined units down the road. And we did not want to bring that up tonight because it would cause a lot of questions. And unfortunately, we don't have all the answers to those yet. So I saw my fellow Bear Red on here tonight. I know she was jumping at the bit to hear about combined units, but she'll do what she always does and just email me and ask me to fix it, which I will, because I love her. So, but yeah, just about the combined units. That's why we're really not going to talk about them tonight.
Okay, great. So hopefully this guide is going to help everybody have a successful renewal for their unit. And there are just a couple little things that are new for this year, but the process for renewing a unit is the same as it was last year. And we'll quickly step through that. I'm not going to go into detail on it. If somebody has a question, we can certainly help you and answer that question. So units can pay their charter and member renewals online, in person. And if you're going to pay in person, I would coordinate with your district professional to get that in, okay? And make sure that somebody drops it off. Do it in person. Don't rely on anybody else to do it for you. So the unit renewal and the membership renewal now operate, as we know, separately. Each member's registration lasts 12 months from their joining or renewal date, and they're no longer tied together to, membership is no longer tied to unit renewal. The annual charter agreement is very important. We're really stressing that this year, that and start units should start this now. Print off the paperwork. We have a link in the towards the end, and go get your annual charter agreement signed by your institutional head or your executive officer. Don't wait until after you've done your unit renewal. Get it done now, because we had units that did not turn in charter agreements last year, and professionals and district people were chasing units for those for that paperwork. Okay, so just to go through really quick step by step with the unit renewal. Everybody, you log into my.scouting. The key three are the only people that can do Don, can you mute yourself, please?
Yeah.
So unit key three are the only people that can do a unit renewal. There is nobody else. There's no delegates or anybody else that can do that. So once you've logged in, you review the key three leadership roles. If you have to update roles, verify that everybody is current, and this prevents any delays in doing your unit renewal. Really important. When you log in, you go into your unit renewal dashboard, make sure that everybody has completed their youth protection, and that it is not going to expire anytime between now and, I would say, March 1st. Okay. We've seen a couple units, that one in particular that tried to do their unit renewal, and they had a person who on November 4th, they were fine with their YPT, and the next day they weren't, and 2 days later the unit submitted their paperwork and it wouldn't go through. So Mike had to do some of his handiwork there to make sure that the unit renewed, but that person still has to go back and do their unit renewal or their SYT, because it expired. So just because the key three, or you have your leaders that are needed for a charter, just because they're there and their SYT is current, it doesn't mean that the system is going to allow for that unit renewal to go through until everybody has a current SYT and it's not expired.
Don, let me jump in and just add to that. So what I saw when I opened it up, this unit had 5 committee members. And obviously we know that is more than a unit needs. Even so, the system would not allow me to process that unit renewal, because one of the people listed on the paperwork had expired youth training. So basically I had to remove that person, which they would be suspended at the end of the month anyways. But since it happened in the middle of the month, we don't do anything until the end. I had to remove them. So I basically suspended them. So the minute I did that, they fell off of that unit renewal paperwork, and then waited 24 hours for that to sync, and then was able to go back in and do that.
Okay. Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
So yeah, so once you've checked the YPT, make sure that you download and complete the charter agreement. That document should be signed and get it into the council office. You can walk it in, you can email it, work with your district professional on that. And here are the links for those charter agreements. There's a general charter agreement, and then there's the one for any Catholic units that might be out there as well too. And they can be found on scouting.org in the forums area, or if you need these links, we'll send them out. Mike, we'll send these links out to everybody.
Well, I mean, we may just send the whole slide deck in itself, Don.
We can do that too.
Yep.
We can do that too. That's no problem. And then here's the very long link for the executive officers. Now, one of the things that when you do your unit, and this goes to the membership side, just that small part, you got to make sure that your executive officer is registered every year, just like anybody else. So that, make sure you renew them. It doesn't cost anything to do that. But if you don't have an executive officer, or you need to change your executive officer, you need to do the paperwork. And the paperwork, the new application, can be found at this link as well too. Okay. Something new this year. They National got away from the ACH payments, and it still costs $1, but we're doing e-checks instead. The e-checks are going to flow through a lot easier. We don't have to worry about micro deposits and, somebody going into a bank account and checking the account to make sure that the dollar, whatever they put in there, is there. And so it created too many challenges with the ACH payments and the micro payments. Or micro deposits. So we've gone to e-checks, and it so far is working out great. And please, when you're doing this, make sure that you do it on a laptop. Don't do it, try not to do it on your cell phone. You're going to miss something on it because the screen is so small. So we'd ask you just avoid using a cell phone when you do your unit and or a membership renewal. Some important renewal timelines. Unit renewal is open. It opened November 1st. Actually, I think it opened a couple days early. And everybody has a 2-month grace period, which will end February or March 1st. But we want everybody to get their units renewed by December 15th. The reason for that is we will need time to go through, process, accept those units, make sure that all the information is correct, and put it in the column, if you will, to post it on January 1st. Okay. And leaders, please start doing your unit renewal now. Don't wait. Confirm everybody is up to date in membership, etc. Youth protection, because it's just going to delay your renewal, and you don't want to fall into the drop status. We did have units last year that ended up not chartering even during the lapse period, and they dropped, and they had to come back and do new paperwork and everything. And now they have a totally new renewal timeline because they don't sync up with everybody else that's doing it right now. So remember, only the key three, the unit leader or committee chair, chartered org rep, are the designees to access the unit renewal tool in the organization manager. So one of the other things that we want to be aware of are any of the validation errors that block a unit from renewing. And that would be if a unit has insufficient leadership roles, expired SYT, we talked about that. Leaders that are under 18. You have to be over 18 to be a leader. Youth not meeting the age or grade requirements, and that would probably be more maybe for Cub Scouts, but Scouts BSA and venturing would be included in that. And leaders must resolve the errors before proceeding. So, and it's pretty clear on the dashboard when you see those errors or a caution that you take note of it. It's a little triangle. It's either going to be red or it's going to be orange. So it'll catch your eye. The position manager tool allows chartered org reps to update leadership roles before renewal. However, if you do that, if you update leadership roles, when you go in to do your unit renewal, don't do your unit renewal until those leadership roles have a chance to go through the system, which could take as much as 24 hours to sync up,
If they make
or
change.
or
And leadership.
wait.
Only COR can do that.
Mary Jo, can you please mute?
Oh, she was saying something, Don. What was that, Mary Jo?
I didn't hear it.
It's
Only-
okay.
Yeah, only a chartered org can do that. And make sure that that those updates are done and you wait before you renew the unit. If you're not sure, wait until after the first of the year and then change those leaders. Okay. That might even be better to do, because I know that last year we ran into some issues with that, and we just asked people to wait until the first of the year to make those changes. Okay. Again, payment options. You can do the online payment. You can do credit card. You can do the e-check. And I think they're still charging the $3 service fee. Or you can bring your unit renewal report and the payment, whether it's cash, credit, or a check, and you can bring it to the nearest PTAC service center, but do it before December 15th. So some tips: start your renewal early to avoid validation issues or expirations. Use the position manager early to update leaders. Confirm SYT certificates. And here we have, make sure that nobody expires before March 30th. So they have to do, you might as well go in. If you haven't done the new training, the 90-minute training, you might as well go in and do it now and get it out of the way. And if you have any questions about that or anything else, obviously contact your district commissioner or your district executive. So this kind of goes with 60 days out. A unit should not make any change. The tip is don't make any changes 60 days out. Like I said, we saw issues last year, and it was just better if units just waited to do those adult leadership position changes after they renewed, since we're in that kind of that 60-day window. Once a unit is renewed, don't make any changes to the charter. So once you do it and it's accepted and the system accepts your payment, don't make any changes to the charter. You have to wait until the new year to do it. Because if you change somebody like the Scoutmaster or Cub Master, whatever, it is going to stop your renewal. And then it's going to be become a defective charter. And then we're going to have to work with you to get things straightened out. They may have to back the entire renewal out and then start over again. So please don't change anything after you've done your renewal. Okay. It's gonna less headaches that way. So we do have some online tools. There's Scouting America's renewal portal. and there's the membership management system. You can actually, if you log into your my.scouting in that front page right there, before you click on the menu to get to your unit or whatever, your dashboard, there's links to the renewal portal with a lot of really good information. They have some updated videos in there, and you can get your you can get some, any information. I think that there's even the links for the charter agreements in there too as well. And of course, call your district exec, your district chair, a district commissioner, somebody like that can help you out as well too. If you run into any problems with payments and you need some support, contact your district executive. Okay, they will try to help you out, or they will get a hold of our registrars and put you in touch with them if there's some problems with your payments. Like, again, problems arise, contact your district unit commissioner, district commissioner, somebody like that. The biggest challenge that we've seen so far is that we have leaders that have incomplete SYT or YPT, if you will, and they've actually been suspended and they haven't completed their SYT. You got to make sure that they do it first off, and just check in with your district executive to see if there's other things that you can do to help that along the way. But the SYT has to be done. There's no way to get around it. So,
Don,
yeah.
real quick, for those of you who have leaders who are suspended, or get an email from the council saying they are suspended, in the email, it specifically states to let the person know. Her name is Jennifer. She works in LaGrange. She's the one who sends the email out. You need to let her know when someone has completed it. The system does not automatically unsuspend somebody, and we do not automatically know that that person has taken their SYT. So I unfortunately have a feeling that there's quite a few people out in PTAC world that were suspended at some point during this year and may still be suspended because we don't know that they completed their training.
Whatever reason, they think we free.
Okay. Okay, so a lot of people ask why renewal is needed annually, and it is to.
Brother's gonna bring the keys, so I'm sending it on. You know I wanna let you stand outside.
got it.
Come on up.
I got it.
There you go.
I got it.
Okay, thank you. Individual members renew annually so they can continue to benefit from the promise of scouting. Just like a unit needs to renew as well too, because that ensures that those guys right there have a great program. So we need to make sure that we do our renewals. We need to make sure that we do them on time. Last year we had units that didn't renew, and we had kids that actually had their memberships in order and they fell into a different category without a unit. So we don't want that to happen. So everybody might ask, why do we do the annual charter agreement? We have to reconfirm each year our relationship with each unit and the council. So it's very important that we get that chartered or that annual charter agreement from the unit, or from the from the participating chartering organization. Again, timely renewal is important. We make sure that we continue the program, and it's it ensures that the leaders, the scouts, they can advance, they can grow, and they have a great scouting experience. So just to review, and I want to go back to kind of that renewal, those errors. And so the question is, does your unit have enough leaders? 5 or 6? It depends on what type of a traditional unit you are. And some of the errors are: a unit does not have a required number of leadership positions. That will stop the renewal. Leaders do not have SYT, the safeguarding youth protection. That'll stop the unit from renewing. Leaders do not have a completed CBC authorization. Oh, I'm sorry, a warning may pop up, but it's not going to stop you from renewing. And leaders that are less than 18 years old, that will stop the renewal, along with youth that don't meet or exceed that age requirement for the program. Unit fees are still $100, and you've seen this again, but chartered agreements or equivalent, we don't have any facility use agreements. I think we might have 1 or 2, but those can be found under resources and forms on scouting.org. So, and that's really it that I have. Mike, do you want to go through the chat, or Dave?
Yeah, I'll give, I
off?
mean, there have been a lot. David and Tim have been helping answer as well.
Okay.
I'm looking through what we got here. And let's see, David answered that one to Brian. Brian asked, I have a den leader that has opted out at the end of his expiration date, which is 12/31/25. He is not active in the PAC. His son crossed over last year. However, his SYT expires 11/9/11/29. Are opted out leaders going to hold up rechartering like active leaders would? And of course, David had the answer and said, unless the leader holds one of the minimum required positions to renew a unit, the system will not hold you up. And even more so, I believe, if you've opted that leader out, the system knows then that you are not going to be renewing them.
Right. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Tim gave the Zoom link, just letting everybody know there is a member renewal Zoom tomorrow in case you didn't get
Right.
the notice. Tim put the stuff in the chat. Let's see, I'm going down here unless David's jumped any more.
Well, yeah, I was actually trying to help here with Matt, but I think Matt
Okay.
raises a really good point in regards
Go
to
ahead.
the COR that, should the COR renew and then make the change after you complete the unit renewal? Well, my question to him was, will the COR continue post his role as COR? The answer is no. I don't think the person should have to pay to renew if they're going to be stepping down. So I think that's something we're going to have to probably check back with Lisa to figure out, because and obviously for us, the big problem is, will the change in position make any problems for us to
So,
be?
yeah, David, if they have a new COR in mind, and that person is going to take over at the first of the year, but the other person has to do their renewal, I would say that they should make that person the COR now, wait a couple days, and then do the unit renewal with the new COR in place.
Right. I guess what I was trying to say is, following the tip we've given people, don't try to change positions 60 days out.
Yeah,
That's where I'm
and
trying to fit.
maybe Jenny or Lisa can maybe help with that.
Right. And
So
that's why I
that
want to
it-
make sure that
so-
probably, being able to check with Lisa just to make sure, hey,
Yeah,
if we run into these issues, to be able to provide support. But I'm with you on it,
Yeah.
Don. If the person's not going to continue in any capacity with the unit following year, then
Yeah.
yes, get the new COR in, get them registered. I know that you mentioned, Matt, that they're still trying to get that process going, but get it done as soon as you can, so that way we can troubleshoot as needed thereafter.
Yeah, that's a good point, David, is that if there are units that are having problems trying to find leaders, they need to let their district professionals know so that they can help with that, whatever way they can, because we find that there are units that wait until the last minute and then they fall into the lapse period in January and February. And unfortunately, we lost units last year because nobody in the unit, parents did not want to step up and be a leader. And we were,
Rob,
and we were pushing, we were combining or merging some units, trying to find a unit that was active that would accept the kids that wanted to stay in scouting. So we need to know that type of information early on if you're having that problem, because maybe there's some things that we can do to help out with that.
Rob, I see that you had a question here in regards to the executive officer.
Go ahead, David.
Oh, did you already answer that one, Mike?
I think I got him, Brian. You should see it. I sent him to send me an email. He was asking, great question, Brian, for everybody. How do you change an executive officer? There is only one way to change an executive officer, and that is using what is called the new unit application. That is the only place we collect that executive officer's information. You should be able to get that off the PTAC website. But if not, I was going to say to everybody on here, if you need something in a chat, we didn't get to your answer, like you need this form, or people are asking about the link for tomorrow night, send me an email, michael.hornung@scouting.org, and I will send you that. The recording, once I figure out how to turn it into something that can be sent. We're not just going to send that to those of you on the call. We're going to send that out to everybody, because obviously we have a lot of people, unfortunately, who could not make it tonight. Maybe some of them didn't need it, but my guess is more than some of them did need it. So we'll send it out via the council newsletter. We'll put it on the probably on the membership site on the website. Your district executive will have it in their hands probably in the next day or so. So you can reach out to them to get it. A lot of different avenues that we will be getting this information out to everybody.
Mike, I wanted to mention too, with the executive officer, if you're not going to have it, if you're saying a church and a pastor is ending their term and you have a new pastor coming in next year, just wait until that new
Absolutely.
person,
Right.
wait till
right,
that new person comes in. Just inform your district executive of the situation, and just follow up after that person is in place at the new year, and do that. We had to do that with our Cub Scout pack this past year. So,
and especially I think that's one of those positions, because it's not a fee required position, that we can hold off until the new year after charter is done to be able to get it done. But obviously you want to be able to update as soon as you can, because Andrew did ask the question, what is the EO supposed to do and why does that role even matter, right? So the executive officer is the person who is agreeing to chartering a scouting program. So for the lack of a better term, if you're at a church, it's the pastor, the priest that's approving chartering or scouting taking place in that organization. So it matters because that's the person that charters a scouting program. What are they supposed to do? They're supposed to help providing meeting space, help providing perhaps a pool of prospect volunteers. At the end of the day, like I mentioned, right, we are a charter partner organization. So whoever the executive officer is, they're basically, the buck stops with them.
So I see a question here about who would the chartered organization rep be. So the priest is the executive officer, and usually what happens is that or a pastor, and they will appoint somebody from the church or from the unit to be that chartered organization rep, and that person is that mediary between the unit and and the executive officer. Executive officer doesn't have to take YPT and any of the trainings. And the chartered org rep is the person that helps the committee do its job.
They're the,
Like I
they're the
said-
liaison between the chartering organization and the unit.
Yeah.
Or units, right? Because
Units,
if you have
very
a charter
true. Yes, sir.
organization that you have multiple units, it's got to be
Right.
the same COR. Think of it as your director of scouting programs within the organization that charters it.
Yeah.
Brian might have had one more. Let's see. Oh, okay. He's gonna reach out to his district executive. Good, good, good. That's what you all should be doing. You all got him. Tim's on the call. Rob's on the call. David and I covering a couple districts. So we got probably 6 or 7 of the 10 covered tonight. So, and if you don't know who your district executive is, email me and I'll let you know. And then I'll probably yell at him. So,
Can you yell at yourself?
I will do that if I'm slacking. Absolutely. Or I'm sure somebody on this call will do it for me. So
Indeed.
a lot of my, yeah. Figures you'd say something. A lot of friends on here that would want to tell me. Anything else? This has been awesome.
Juanita posted if they have updated the COR training yet. That may be something we need to get back to people on.
I would check in the e-learning and just see if it's been updated.
Yeah, that could be a Ken King question, our council.
Well, you can look at it yourself and just see too. When it was last updated, it's in e-learning.
Right. All right. Anything else? I got one or
So
two.
just to be clear, a key 3 delegate cannot renew a unit anymore. Yes, that is true. They cannot. Key 3 only. And one of the reasons for that too is that the committee chair is kind of signs their life away as well too in terms of being responsible. So they're the ones that need to know what's going on and when the unit's being renewed and how it's being renewed. And that's a conversation between the key 3 when you do the renewal.
I just want to clarify, you said the key 3 is the only one that can renew it or cannot?
No, they can.
They can.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yeah,
I
yeah.
misheard.
No problem.
All right. Anything else? Let's take a look. I see nothing. So with that being said, thank you to everyone for hanging out with us tonight. Some great questions. Again, a lot of resources for you to reach out to. Myself, David, Don, your unit commissioner, your district commissioner, your district executive. There are plenty of people out there, and if we don't know the answers, we're going to find them. We've got some really great registrars that are, this is kind of what they do, not all year, but in the fall especially, they do a lot of this. And we're all working our way through this process still. We know it's not spectacular, but it's what we're dealt with, and we have to use it. So with that being said, I will stop the record button, and you all have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Right on. You too. Thanks so much.
Thank you, everyone.
You.
Thanks. Bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Recording is stopped. If yes, you will receive an email notification when the cloud recording is ready.
Thank you.